What is going on, people? Cables here to bring you a discussion video on Bleach. And today I'll be talking about a possible fight that could happen later on in the series. It's a fight that I think a lot of people would enjoy. It's something that I personally want to see, and that is the fight between Bazz versus Grimmjow, the Heat versus the King. And when you really think about it, these two characters are very similar when it comes to their personalities. You know, they're both outspoken, they both are sarcastic. They both have a good battle sense. I think they both enjoy a challenge because Bazz was talking about how he wished Hitsugaya had his Bankai so he could prove that he could burn, he could melt away his ice with just one finger. And Grimmjow, of course, I think it's more with him. It's more intense when it comes to fighting, and when his fights with Ichigo that he's had. And even with the outfits, with Bazz modified, Quincy outfit, it's like the short jacket with the pull-up sleeves, and we know with Grimmjow, he has like a similar outfit, with a short jacket, short-up sleeves, and they both have like this punk, punk-like character more so. With Bazz looks like with the mohawk and the piercings, but when these two, I think, are a perfect match for each other. And when you really think about it, they could meet each other in Soul Society because right now this is a huge battle going on, and like almost half of the captains and some of the vice captains are taken out, and so Shinigami we're going to need reinforcements, with Ganju and the Fullbringers, the Visors that are in the human world, Urahara with Chad or Hime, and some of the other Ronkars which Grimmjow's probably with, maybe Nell will be with them too, and of course the Zero Division, which I think they'll probably come in last. But I really do believe because they're gonna need help, because right now they're losing a lot of captains, a lot of high level fighters. But I really think it's possible for these two to meet. And when you really think about it, Bazz, he comes off to me as a really arrogant character. Because he was bragging about how his flames countered, Genryusai's flames, and how he could melt away Ichigo's ice. He really comes as arrogant and like cocky character that thinks, and I really think that if he fights Grimmjow, he would think like, oh, this little Ronkar thinks he could step up to be a Quincy, and really look down on Grimmjow. And we all know that Grimmjow hates that. He hates when people looks down on him, makes him angry. And he, during his fight with Ichigo, he always thought that Ichigo thought he was better than he was. And that just, possibly, made Grimmjow crazy. Not crazy, but like it really would get to him. And I really think that after his battle with Ichigo, because he is confirmed to be alive in the series, we know that we've got small hints from Kubo that he is alive. And I did a video a while ago about how he had stated in an interview that Grimmjow will return in the series. Probably after his fight with Ichigo, he probably would train his ass off so that he could fight Ichigo again, because to me, Ichigo and Grimmjow, they had that rivalry aspect that Ichigo didn't have with Renji, because Ichigo himself doesn't really have that good rival. But until Grimmjow showed up, and that's when there's somebody who, they were always fighting each other, and Grimmjow was a good rival to Ichigo. It's too bad that we didn't get a lot of it, but we got a good amount of rivalry between the two, especially with Grimmjow thinking that he was better than Ichigo already. So he probably was training his ass off during the 1 year time skip, and now I think with his strength, I think he'd be a good match with someone like Bazz. And how I think the fight would go would probably be like they're both fighting. Bazz uses some more advanced techniques. Grimmjow takes more damage than he should. Grimmjow will probably go to resurrection form and, push Bazz back. And then Bazz would unlock his version of the holy form. And then, push Grimmjow back as well. And then we probably would get. See, I'm pretty sure Grimmjow knows how to use the second resurrection release, like how Ukiura did when he fought Ichigo. Because why would Kubo do that for Ukiura, the fourth Espada, to show us that? And then the fact that the first three, the top tier Espada couldn't even do that, but Ukiura, the fourth Espada, he could. That's just a sign that something for later on for Grimmjow to get a power up after the time skip. I'm pretty sure that's why Kubo did that with Ukiura, because he knew that Grimmjow wasn't really killed off technically during the Ronkar Aizen arc, and I can see him going to the second transformation, and both of them just duking it out. But this would be a really close fight in my opinion. I want to say Grimmjow win, but that's a little biased for me because Grimmjow's one of my favorite Espada. But I really do believe they'd be duking it out back and forth, and it's a good possibility. Maybe both of them get knock each other out, but I'm leaning towards Grimmjow would win the fight. But Basby does have a good advantage though when I think about it because he's a Quincy and he, this whole Soul Society, the Serite, is made out of racy, so he almost has like unlimited amount of power in a sense. And he probably knows other Quincy techniques and maybe Wildfire Grimmjow. You know that one technique that Uryu had used against Mayuri is when like if your bones are broken or like you have injuries, you can pretty much use your racy to make like stitches and to patch you up so that you can continue to fight longer. Uh, yeah, I think he would probably use that ability because I just see them just going at it, one or the other. Because Grimmjow's a close range fighter, but Basby he's so new long range, but I think maybe he could be more close range fighter too. Just I just see the both of them just fighting, so really putting off a really good fight. And this is something that I really personally want to see, and I think a lot of fans want to see too, because I've always thought about it too. Basby to me is almost like the Quincy version of Grimmjow, if you really think about it. And but let me know what you guys think about this fight. Who you think would win? Do you think would be a great fight? What other fights do you want to see that that all these characters will sooner or later to come together? What other fights you want to see or that are possible in your minds? Thank you for watching this video. Thanks for listening in, first of all. Don't make sure to subscribe, comment your thoughts. I want to see what you guys think about this, and give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Thanks for watching. Peace. Have a good day. The Heat versus the King. I'm telling you, look at that. The Heat versus the King. Grimmjow. That sounds epic to me, but let me know your thoughts. Peace.